Now we got some caffeine, bro.
Well, hopefully they don't around and we get into it, basically.
Yeah. Alright, welcome to another vlog, guys. We're obviously here at D1NZ. We've been rushing around all morning to try and get everything sort of ready and up to speed. Signing in all that fun stuff, getting the cars unloaded, pit set up. Still got a little bit of car building to do.
Happens every round, every goddamn round.
To be fair, we had hoped to be driving the 180, but we sort of left the 32 to the side, put a lot of effort into the 180, didn't get finished. Now we're putting effort back into the 32. It's not a lot. It's actually only like 2 wires on that car, which are being soldered up right now.
About 100 bolts.
Yeah,
we should be right.
Yeah, it's only 2 wires, but some wheel studs.
Yeah.
If you watch yesterday's vlog, you'll see I nearly died, so that was fun. That was 100%. I was the one that put the wheel on. I only put 2 wheel nuts on, and just in the excitement of having the car finished, we sort of just figured, I forgot. I got no one else to blame but myself. So anyway, we'll do briefing and get back to you guys. Alright guys, if you do recall, obviously if you watched yesterday's vlog, you'll see we nearly lost the wheel, obviously killed the studs a bit. So I might miss the first practice just due to us having to try and fix this whole wheel stud issue, because the studs are kind of short as it is. And then on top of that, I've obviously killed that one a bit, and honestly, for some reason, this dual caliper kit on the R32 is a bit weird. It's like a custom made setup, and it basically just doesn't, it's a nightmare to take the calipers off, because obviously you have to take the whole hub off of these cars to be able to do the wheel studs. So big pain in the butt, but we'll work it out, and I might just miss the first practice. Not the end of the world. I've done a million events where I miss a ton of practice and still do well. So we're just gonna do what we can and get out on track. I do need to go and buy a different attachment for my helmet, because these Hans things are different to the Hans I need for the Hans device I've got this weekend. So I've got, my buddy lent me a hybrid one, and it has like these attachments here. So just a totally different attachment I need for my new helmet. So I'm gonna go to a motorsport shop that's at the track luckily, and go and get that. We need to put some fresh front tires on the front of the 32 as well. So for some reason we still don't have power here. So we do not know what's going on there, but we have no power. So not yesterday's video, the one before that, should have been up the day before, but I couldn't edit because I had no freaking power. We still have no power in the trailer, so we're gonna get things sorted as quick as we can. Wouldn't be a race day if we didn't have problems like this, so we'll just work through it. Ready? Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me, but basically, quickly in the car, we have a small, not really an issue as such, but I was just sort of on the jack stands, because I was sort of editing away, making videos, and the boys are like, quick, you got to get in the car, we got practice. I'm like, sweet as. I go jump in the car, and we're just sort of warming up the diff, and I'm sort of using the foot brake to like load up the rear end, and it seems like I don't have a lot of rear brake. There's like maybe a lot of front brake bias for whatever reason. So I'll just have to keep that in mind, because my driving style, this track I shouldn't be using a lot of brake anyway, but my driving style, I use foot brake more than I use like handbrake. So I just need to be aware that there's a lot more bias by the feeling of it going to the front of the car, and that's probably causing, you know, me to feel the way I'm feeling. So we'll go ahead, get out there, get some practice laps done, and hopefully this thing holds together. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is, yes, it has a dog box now, yes, it makes 580 horsepower now, but it's still a standard Skyline rear end. So I need to be very, very, very calculated with the way I drive to sort of keep the back end of this car together, because obviously don't want to be breaking stuff, because, you know, you've got to finish if you want to try and win, obviously. So fingers crossed we can keep the back end of this car together. And the gearbox is sick, clutch feels great, the engine's obviously making good power. She should stay together, but we just need to get out there and make it happen. like a car, I guess. Just gotta take her for a big send and see how she goes. Yeah, what do? You just gotta deal with what you got, do the best with what you got, and that's all you can do. The boys put in a massive effort. I'm happy. Just gotta make it's up to me now. Hopefully we can make the car work. I'm tempted to go and chase James' first lap, but I'm like, oh, better not. Hey bro, away man. Good go. Another lap and see what happens. But the steering really doesn't feel that great right at this moment. My gear edge goes halfway between second and third, which isn't ideal, but the car's definitely hooking, which I'm pleasantly surprised about. So we'll just yeah, deal with what we got. We might have to like raise the front of the car to sort of get it where we want it. I feel like what it looked like, especially when I was going around the last corner then, that front tyre was like rubbing pretty heavy on the front corner, which there was marks there, so it might be something to do with that. So it's weird, I'm like, need to change the third just before I initiate, and then back to second for the last corner. The ratio's real long. Yeah, the first year. Fuck, you're sick though. Just fell off. thing too, we have really old front tyres on this car. So it could be a situation where they're just a bit too old and shit. This is the most Aussie chicken and avocado roll I've ever seen. So you've got avocado, you've got chicken.
With chicken.
And you've got Japanese, but it's an Aussie in there.
Aussie muscle.
Because the whole chicken and avocado thing's definitely an Aussie, New Zealand thing, eh?
It is, mate.
Because in Japan, they don't do a chicken and avocado.
They hang out hand in hand.
Yeah. There's actually a restaurant that's opened in New York when I was there, and people were calling it racist because it's an Aussie sushi place. It's literally called Aussie Sushi, and they do all the Australian style like teriyaki chicken rolls and all that, because Japanese don't do that. That's 100% a white person thing. Like, yeah, so you guys are...
Evos go with anything though. They complement any meat.
Yeah.
Any meat.
It's almost like rude.
We've got fans back now.
Oh, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, Avo's, he's trying to sell it. He's clearly an Avo guy.
A big Avo guy.
I agree though, Avo's got everything. Anyway, so 32. Wheels jamming on guard. We're gonna fix that in a sec. The back of the car seems to be fine. Engine's breathing a little bit, that's whatever. Old steering wheel in pieces over there. And new steering wheel, genuine Nardi, ready to go. Huge pain to get it on, but we got it on, so we're happy with that. Ratio wise, I am struggling, but we don't have enough time to change the diff between now and the next session, so I'm just going to go out again. We were 80 horsepower down, so we're probably only making 400 horsepower on that run we just did. Oh, those runs we just did. And O2 sensor or something was unplugged, so that's been plugged back in. We're still on 18 PSI, which means we're at about 500 horsepower. So we are going to, I think, go out on that again. And if everything's all sweet, we'll wind it back up to 20 and have the full kill. But my biggest issue right now is my second and third gear shift is like just as I initiate. I have to initiate in second and then immediately shift to third and do the whole track mostly in third and then just back down to second for the last corner. I am being fairly ignorant into the last corner though, throwing a ton of angle. So I guess I could throw less angle, but that's kind of lame. And you know, get around the track a bit easier. I'm also on full kill. You know, it's on 14 PSI, that's what you're allowed to run here. So I always start at the absolute maximum of my grip and then I start winding it back. So next time I go out, I'll probably slip it up just a smidge, probably go up to like maybe 16 PSI, 17 PSI. And let's see if that little bit of slip and a little bit of extra, I don't know if it'll have any extra horsepower, but same horsepower, and see how that goes. It's like I can get around the track. Like my last run I was happy with, but just that front wheel catching on that guard was definitely probably what killed that steering wheel, because I really have to manhandle it. So I think once we get the front up a bit more and get that working, it'll probably alleviate a good chunk of my issues and we'll keep going. Right, so few speeds-ish. Weird though, got a really, it's a genuine 90, but it's a 330. Traditionally, I definitely like a bigger wheel, but we'll make it work. Alright, going for a little lead run. James chasing, why the hell not? There the boys! no power. Huh? There it goes. Hear it? Turbo hanging off, I think.
What's that?
I think the turbo's hanging off. So she felt very, very, very laggy. I don't know if you'd noticed on the run-up, like I couldn't get it into boost on the run-up.
Yeah, but then
once I kick it in the guts, I just, yeah, had to give it a big old kick in the guts. But yeah, I'm obviously down a bunch of power because the turbo's hanging off. Oh, turbo's not hanging off, there's a bolt missing out of the turbo, so or letting all my boost out. So we'll get that fixed, see where it's at. We'll get Chicken to plug the laptop in and see what boost it was making. There's a vacuum thing around here somewhere. It's a bit of piece of a vacuum, but anyway,
yeah.
The car's fast. I have no problem with speed. I actually have an issue with too much speed and not enough power right this very moment, but I think it obviously has a lot to do with the turbo hanging off. So, well, not the turbo, all my boost looking out the side of the turbo.
Is that what?
Yeah, there's a big hole in there. There's a bolt.
Oh!
Yeah.
Shibby. It's fucking fast. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah. Alright, definitely got some sort of exhaust leak. Just got to deal with it, I guess. And I got brand new front tyres at least, so I should have a good amount of grip on the front. Alright, quick update. We have the TPS wiring was bad, so we've just rewired the TPS, so hopefully that's all good. But we still do have a big leak somewhere near the turbo, so it's very, very doughy still, but we'll just deal with it. Alright, so obviously the exhaust leak is still really, really bad. So the car's super laggy. We put the boost back into it now, so it in theory should make 20 psi, but we're not like 100% sure if it's going to make the 20 psi because of the exhaust leaks. Steering, still doing steering things. I don't know whether I lost steering on that last run or whether it's because the engine cut. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'll do my best. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Then James is going to jump into... someone just went past. I also went from 16 PSI up to 20 rear PSI, which is kind of a lot for me. So that's like my version of a slippy setup. And yeah, so yeah, James is going to jump into the car. They're going to chuck 40 PSI in the back of James just to give him a nice easy lap, because I didn't get it on film, but the supercharged S15 blew up. It's thrown a rod out the block, basically. Well, not basically, it has. It's windowed the block. So yeah, we're both in the one car. We're both in the backup car now, so it hasn't been the best start for the JDM Racing team's 2024 season. But at least if James gets out in this, he gets qualifying points. At the bare minimum, he gets like 40 points towards a championship. See how the rest of the year goes, but we're both just going to do our best here. I'm pretty sure I don't know if he's going to do battles 100% or not. He's not sure. I think it depends what the car is going to do, because we have to pull this manifold off and fix this manifold, so we'll see what happens.
Chuck another shrimp on the Barbie, something like that.
Yeah, that's it. Feel the steam inside the car from like water spraying. Regroup, go for run number 2. Fake can. On big angle. You see me had both hands like ripping on the wheel, and I just couldn't get it to like turn back. Oh well, not bad. Let's get this thing turned over, ready for James as quickly as we can. Woo! So second qualifying run, or first qualifying run, I qualified second so far. But there's still a ton of people left to qualify, but I'm happy enough that I got a score on the board, you know what I mean? Like, I guess the 8 cars have been out, I'm sitting second, that's fine, that's a start. We'll just go from there and see what we can do. I don't get any more runs, but James is jumping in the car now, see what he can do with it, and I'll let you guys know. Say no to crack in manifolds. Get yourself an Artec manifold, guys.
You just don't look at that stuff. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I know you didn't do that. So this used to have a gate here which didn't work well, and then the gate got moved to the turbo. But you're basically finding wherever there's cracks and just filling it up. Fill up the cracks, mate. Just fill some cracks.
Put some hard rod in there.
Yeah. Right, and then on the other front, we've got, I know I mentioned, if you would have seen in my run, I was really struggling to get the car off lock. Decided to actually go and inspect, and the steering rack is as bent as most of the guys from DSR, so, oh, hello. How you going? How you going there, mate? Hey, it's one of the DSR guys. So yeah, rack's cooked. Obviously from one of the times this thing's been in a ditch or someone's door, or...
I don't have an issue.
Well, because you're not using all the angle. It only happened to me when I was on full lock, bud. You got to use all the full lock. But I didn't mention, James did qualify just behind me. Like, that's sick.
So,
Like, first lap out in the car with the new tune and
hadn't driven
the
it,
dog box.
and
He got a good pep talk from me. Told him how to do it. So.
pat on the back.
But that was probably the hardest bit about driving the car at the first couple of laps for me anyway, was the ratio. Was trying to work out where to change gears and stuff. Yes, we're pretty close to Christmas.
Wow, they call it Driftmas over here.
Driftmas? Driftmas. Isn't that that's what they say when they just chuck your names in with a bunch of other names when they announce you? Instead of doing a special video or post. Yeah, we're not important. I only brought 3 cars in
They
a
remembered you, didn't
nicer truck.
Why?
Oh, no, they forgot you first.
Yeah.
Oh, they did forget you.
Yeah, James too.
Yeah, just the guy that owns the team. Qualified 6th, 7th.
No, that's the one.
So yeah, we're gonna get a new rack in.
No, that's another one.
Exhaust manifold's getting fixed. She's a championship car. Barn
She's gonna
fine. Barn fine 32.
When you're watching this, she's going to have a trophy on its roof.
That'd be nice. Either way, the CCs are going down now.
Yep,
Happy days.
we're on.
That's more than last one.
Old dyno and warm dyno.
Right, so I think we're calling it a day. Manifold's back on, turbo's not on yet. Rack is almost done, but we are calling it a day. We're going to come here early in the morning and get the rest of it finished, but I'm going to wrap this one up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Jump over to lukefink.com, grab yourself some merch. I'll really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. It's comp day. See you guys tomorrow.